piece of chocolate.
Hello there. Let's see, today is Thursday, and let's see what's new. I went to a support group meeting on Monday night with my husband for pre- and post-op patients, and that was really interesting. I like the setup there because you have people that still haven't had the surgery yet and those who have, so it's a good opportunity to be able to ask some questions, to get to see people's results. For example, my husband brought before and after pictures of himself. And even the people who work at the hospital that run the program, the woman that runs it has had the surgery herself, so she's also an excellent source of information. So now I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt because my husband's been trying to get me to go to these meetings for months, even before I made the decision to have the surgery. And I kept saying, no, I'm not going to go, and now I wish I had. I think I probably would have arrived at this decision a lot sooner if I had just gone with him and seen some of these people and heard what they had to say. So I was pretty pumped up after leaving the meeting. I have to go to another one at the end of July. Then Tuesday, I got to meet with my surgeon, Dr. Buckley, and I'm absolutely amazed. I couldn't be happier with my choice of a surgeon. I don't know, maybe, any of you out there that also suffer from obesity. My whole life I've run into doctors who treat me like I'm just lazy or stupid because I can't seem to get this weight off, and then you get the lecture time and time again, well, let's do weekly weigh-ins, let's do a 1,200 calorie a day diet, and, you hear that for years and years, and you go in and you haven't lost any weight, and they just sigh at you and they get really frustrated, and it's an awful feeling. Meeting Dr. Buckley, he was the first doctor I think I've ever seen that actually treated me like someone who's suffering from a physical problem, like something that isn't completely my own fault. I mean, yes, I ate the food, I gained the weight, but I honestly think that, compulsive overeating, to the extent that I do it, I really do believe it's a disease, the way, it's like alcoholism or drug addiction or anything like that. It is a physical disease that requires more help, more medical help, than just sending someone home with a diet plan and telling them to come in to weigh in every week. So, Dr. Buckley treated me like someone who needs help that he thinks he can help, and I really felt a great deal of compassion coming from him. It was almost like he could see the thin person inside of me and wants to help me get there. And he has a wonderful bedside manner, and if I had any reservations about having the surgery before, I think it's pretty much gone at this point. He has an excellent reputation. The center that I'm going to is a center of excellence, and I feel honestly that I am in the best of hands here. So that's good. Let's see, what else? I still have my days when I waver back and forth about making this decision. I wonder how I'm going to handle it when food is no longer the vice that I can turn to. I wonder how I'm going to do it, and I worry about failing. And in the back of my mind, I think it's kind of hard for me to wrap my head around the fact that this is the one treatment for obesity that it's almost impossible to completely fail at. I mean, yes, some people lose the weight and gain it back, but I think out of all the stories that I've read about people who've had this done, all of them, at some point lost a substantial amount of weight, and more weight than they were ever able to lose before on their own. And it's hard for me to grasp the fact that I am going to be thin for the first time in my life. I mean, no matter what happens down the road, even if I completely screw it up and gain weight back, which I really hope I don't do, the fact of the matter is, for that first year and a half, when weight loss is inevitable, I am going to lose all this weight and be thin for the first time in my life. In the past when I've tried dieting, Slim Fast or a nutrition plan, what have you, I think in the back of my mind, because I had already failed so many times, success was never really something I accepted. I never expected to get there, which is probably a real big form of self-sabotage. But I wasn't surprised when I failed. that sort of thing. Now I'm looking at something I'm going to have done that is almost a guarantee of some form of success. You know, even to get 50% of the excess weight off my body, that would probably be a more substantial weight loss than I've ever seen in my entire life so far. So I'm really excited about that. You know, when I get scared, it helps to think about that I am going to be thinner than I've ever been in my life. And you know, when I think about clothes shopping, or what it's going to be like when people who've seen me, who haven't seen me for a while, suddenly see me and they're amazed with the weight loss. I mean, I know that sort of thing can't last forever, and there will get to be a point where it's old news for everybody, and all of that excitement is gone, so to speak. You know, I will have reached my goal, and it's not a big deal to anybody anymore. And I kind of wonder what it's going to be like to deal with that. But hopefully, you know, when it gets to that point, being thin in and of itself, aside from being a great reward, is also going to enable me to do so many things that I can't do right now. You know, I could take up jogging, I could start running marathons, or, you know, start biking and doing other things that I can't do right now, and that will surely give me just as much of a thrill, or, you know, give me something to work towards once I no longer have to work so hard towards getting the weight off. So, yeah, I think trying to, you know, adjust to that way of thinking, and to really look forward to this as something that is going to happen. It's a big deal, and it's going to take some getting used to, but all the same, I'm really excited, and I really just want to get on the table, get it done, and get on with it, and, you know, start with my new life. So that's where I'm at today, and woohoo, Martha Power.